The Nuka World DLC brought 12 new unique weapons to Fallout 4, and some of them may be some of the best weapons in the game, but they can be easily missed. So in this video, I will be showing you how to get all of them, and we will quickly go over what they do. Let's start off with the first weapon that you will come across, which will be the Problem Solver. To get this weapon, you will need to defeat the Overboss and reach Nuka World. One of the first main story quests that you will do here will introduce you to each of the Raider factions. But when you meet with Mason, who is the leader of the pack, you will want to do a quick save. Then during your meeting with him, you will want to only pick aggressive dialogue options, which will be the options on the right. On top of this, you will also need to pass 2 speech checks, which will require you to have a higher charisma skill. So do whatever you can to boost your charisma as much as possible. But if you fail this at any time, you can load up your quick save to try again. But if everything goes well, Mason will give you the Problem Solver after you finish talking to him. The Problem Solver quickly became one of my most used weapons, as it does a decent amount of damage, and the perk on it increases the weapon's damage every time you land a hit on the same target. So you will be able to melt enemies very quickly with this weapon. After this, we can head over to the Nuka Arcade, and here we will find 4 unique weapons. The first room on your right will have the Thirst Zapper on the counter. And the room on the left at the bottom of the stairs will have the Commie Whacker. These 2 weapons really aren't that special, but they are fun additions to your collection. But while you're here, you can also play the arcade games to earn tickets to purchase the other 2 unique weapons, which will be the Paddle Ball and the Acid Soaker. Now it may seem a little grindy to get all of the tickets for these weapons, but you can easily get enough tickets for them by playing the shooting range game with the Thirst Zapper. This will be the quickest way to get tickets because with the Thirst Zapper, you can get close to the targets and shoot them, and it doesn't use any ammo and you will never have to reload, allowing you to hit every target and build up a big score, which will give you more tickets. Then take those tickets to the prize terminal at the bottom of the stairs and deposit them. Then you can use them to buy the Paddle Ball weapon, which is very useless, and the Acid Soaker. The Acid Soaker will come with a perk that will apply acid to enemies that will deal damage over time and reduce their damage resistances. Next, we will make our way over to the market. The first unique weapon that we can buy here will be the Throat Slicer, which will come from Caitlin, who will be standing near a cow by one of the doors. This weapon can do a lot of damage very quickly, and the perk on it makes targets bleed for 25 points of additional damage. And the second weapon that we can buy from the market will be the Splatter Cannon, which will be sold by Aaron. This weapon will come with a suppressor and a scope, and the perk on it causes the damage of each round to increase with each hit on the same target, similarly to the Problem Solver, which means this is a great alternative for players who either missed the Problem Solver or didn't pass the speech checks. Now those were the easy weapons to get from this DLC, but the next 5 weapons will all come from side quests and they will be a little bit more difficult to get. If we go over to the Safari Adventure Park, we will meet Cedo, and if you accept his quest and work with him to clear out the Safari Adventure Park, you will be given the Cedo's Shiny Slugger baseball bat. This will require you to deal with some pretty difficult enemies, but you will need to do this anyways to secure the park, so it's worth doing. Cedo's Shiny Slugger will do a lot of damage, and the perk on it refills your action points on a critical hit, making it a good addition to your collection. Next, we will head over to the Kitty Kingdom Park. When you get here, you will need to progress through the area and the quest associated with this area like you normally would. And at the end of the quest, you will face off against Oswald. If you have a high charisma skill, you can talk him into leaving the park, and if he does this, he will give you the Sword of Wonders and his hat. The Sword of Wonders is decent, and the perk on it makes the weapon ignore 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. After that, we can travel over to the Hubologist camp, and when you get here, talk to Dara and accept her quest. To complete this quest, you will need to go over to the Vault Tech Among the Stars ride and collect 5 spacesuits. These will be very easy to find in a single run-through of the ride. Once you have all 5, bring them back to Dara and she will have a follow-up quest where you will need to help her secure a spaceship. And after you do this, you will be given Hub's Alien Blaster, which is a legendary version of the Alien Blaster, and the perk on it makes critical shots deal double damage, and the critical meter fills 15% faster. And while you're here, you can also do her second follow-up quest to earn ammo for this weapon. Next up, we will need to go back to Nuka-town, USA and find Sierra, who will be hard to miss as she will say something every time you walk past her, and she's wearing some noticeable glasses. She will have a quest for you that will require you to put on her glasses and find 10 cappies hidden around the park. This will be pretty easy to do, and you will even be given a holotape that will have hints for their locations. Once you have found all 10 of the cappies, you can return to Sierra, and this will unlock Brad Burton's office and lead to a decision where you will need to either side with Sierra or Brad Burton. Personally, I suggest siding with Sierra because this will allow you to earn 2 rewards. The first one will be a Nuka World jumpsuit, and the second will be the Nuka Nuke launcher. But to make this work and get 2 rewards, you will need to side with Sierra first to get the jumpsuit, then quickly hit the switch on the wall to side with Brad Burton and get the Nuka Nuke launcher. This will be a much better version of the Fat Man and uses a modified ammo type to do a lot more damage. And finally, after you secure all 5 of the parks and finish the Nuka World campaign, a bonus side quest will start. For this quest, you will need to defeat new challengers in the Cola Car Arena. Every time you return to Nuka World USA, you will have a chance of hearing an alarm that will let you know a new challenger is in the arena. If you defeat 5 challengers, a legendary challenger will spawn named the Rogue Knight. And if you defeat him, you will get the Eternus Gatling laser. This is a really crazy weapon, because the perk on it makes it so you never have to reload the gun. But because this weapon uses fusion cores instead of ammo, the fusion core will just never run out, allowing you to never stop shooting. Sure, it will take a while to get all 6 of the challengers to spawn in, but it's definitely worth doing as the Eternus is not a weapon that you want to miss out on. And those are all 12 of the unique weapons that you can find in the Nuka World DLC. I would love to know which ones are your favorites in the comments below, but I hope this video helped you and thank you for watching.